Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. The story of the Iraqi dinar has long been one of both speculation and strategy, with countless investors around the world waiting for the moment when the currency would finally reveal its true potential on the international stage. In recent weeks, a quiet but unmistakable shift has begun to ripple through the global financial community, suggesting that this long-anticipated breakthrough may already be underway. Reports are steadily emerging that some of the world's most elite banks have begun discreetly processing high-level exchanges of Iraqi dinar at rates that far exceed the long-stagnant official levels. Though not publicly broadcasted or widely confirmed through conventional channels, the patterns that are being observed point to a coordinated movement behind the scenes, with only a select group of individuals and institutions being granted access to this stage of the process. What makes these developments so significant is not only the suggestion that an international revaluation event has been set in motion but also the manner in which it is being rolled out. For years, speculation surrounding the Iraqi dinar has focused on the question of how a revaluation could realistically occur without causing shockwaves of instability. The quiet processing of limited, high-level exchanges provides one answer to that question. Rather than unleashing a sudden and chaotic surge of activity, the event appears to be unfolding in carefully controlled phases, designed to maintain order while testing the mechanisms of global integration. Behind closed doors, banking institutions known for their discretion and global reach have reportedly begun facilitating private redemption appointments for certain groups. These exchanges are not taking place across retail branches, nor are they visible to the average currency holder logging into public platforms. Instead, the process has been described as invitation-only, accessible through tightly guarded channels that involve contractual agreements, non-disclosure requirements, and stringent verification protocols. Those who are participating in this early stage are believed to be individuals with large currency holdings, institutional ties, or connections to the entities overseeing the process itself. The rates being discussed in these high-level exchanges are what has drawn the greatest attention. Where the official rate of the Iraqi dinar has long been suppressed, locked into a fraction of a US dollar, participants in these quiet exchanges report figures that reflect the long-rumored true value of Iraq's currency when measured against its economic potential. Stories circulate of negotiated redemption rates in the range of several US dollars per dinar, a staggering leap that would instantly transform the financial realities of anyone holding significant amounts. Though such claims cannot be verified through traditional reporting, the consistency of these reports across unrelated sources suggests that something extraordinary is indeed happening. The role of elite banks in this process cannot be overstated. These are not regional institutions taking speculative risks. They are household names in international finance, organizations with deep ties to central banks, monetary authorities, and global regulatory systems. Their involvement lends credibility to the idea that this is not simply rumor or fantasy but a carefully managed financial transition. Banks such as J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and HSBC are repeatedly mentioned in these accounts, often in connection with specialized departments that have been tasked with handling foreign currency redemptions under tightly controlled circumstances. For years, these institutions denied or downplayed their engagement with the Iraqi dinar, often brushing off inquiries from retail customers as baseless speculation. Yet now, in private rooms and secure facilities, they appear to be handling exactly the kind of transactions they once dismissed. The shift suggests that the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar has moved from the realm of speculation into the arena of structured financial reality, at least for those fortunate enough to be included in these early rounds. One of the central questions raised by these developments is why the process is unfolding so quietly. The answer likely lies in the scale of the event and its potential consequences. A sudden, unrestrained revaluation of the Iraqi dinar on the open market could send shockwaves through global financial systems, destabilizing currencies, overwhelming banks, and creating chaos in both domestic and international trade. By contrast, a phased rollout beginning with elite, invitation-only exchanges allows for a controlled testing of the waters. It enables financial authorities to monitor flows of liquidity, assess the reactions of markets, and make adjustments before broader accessibility is granted. For those outside of this initial phase, the existence of these high-level exchanges is both exciting and frustrating. It confirms that the process is real, that the long-awaited revaluation is indeed being implemented, but it also highlights the exclusivity of access. Many ordinary currency holders find themselves watching from the sidelines, wondering when or if they will be included in subsequent stages. The hope remains that after these initial private exchanges are completed and the systems tested, a broader rollout will follow, making the new rates accessible to the wider community of investors who have waited patiently for years. The geopolitical implications of this process are immense. Iraq's revaluation of its currency is not simply a financial maneuver but a declaration of sovereignty and economic renewal. After decades of conflict, sanctions, and instability, Iraq is stepping onto the global stage as a nation whose currency reflects its true resources and potential. This shift also represents a recalibration of international trade, as Iraq's oil reserves, reconstruction projects, and partnerships with global powers take on new significance under a strengthened dinar. Elite banks, by facilitating these initial exchanges, are effectively signaling their recognition of Iraq's re-emergence as a financial player. There is also the matter of compliance and regulation. The involvement of elite banks suggests that these exchanges are not rogue or unauthorized but are being conducted under the oversight of international financial authorities. Non-disclosure agreements, contractual redemption rates, and structured appointments point to a coordinated framework designed to prevent speculation from spiraling out of control. In many ways, this quiet rollout mirrors strategies seen in other historic currency adjustments, where governments and financial institutions worked hand in hand to manage transitions in a way that preserved order and minimized risk. For the individuals who have been able to participate in these high-level exchanges, the impact is life-changing. Overnight, their holdings of Iraqi dinar have been transformed from speculative paper into vast sums of liquid wealth. Yet even for them, the process is not as simple as walking into a bank and walking out with cash. The exchanges are typically structured around redemption contracts, wealth management agreements, and long-term planning tools. Elite banks are not merely cashing out these clients, they are absorbing them into private banking structures, offering them wealth advisory services, and guiding them through the process of managing sudden prosperity. This ensures not only that the banks retain these clients but also that the wealth generated is funneled into structured, sustainable channels rather than chaotic spending sprees. For the broader community, the significance lies in what this phase signals about the future. If elite banks are already processing these exchanges, it suggests that the infrastructure for a public rollout is being put in place. The system is being tested, refined, and stabilized, paving the way for eventual access by ordinary investors. While timelines remain uncertain and secrecy prevails, the progression from rumor to verified private exchanges represents a major milestone. It indicates that the long-theorized revaluation has moved from concept to implementation, even if only for a chosen few. Global markets are beginning to sense these shifts, even if they are not yet openly acknowledging them. Subtle adjustments in trading patterns, whispers among institutional investors, and quiet preparations within banking infrastructure all point to the expectation that a major currency event is underway. For now, the wider world remains largely in the dark, with official announcements withheld and retail markets continuing at suppressed rates. But behind the curtain, the gears are turning, and the machinery of financial transformation is already in motion. This dynamic creates both opportunities and challenges for those still waiting. On one hand, the existence of these exchanges provides undeniable proof that the event is real, validating years of speculation and investment. On the other hand, the exclusivity of access leaves many feeling left out, uncertain when their turn will come. Patience and preparation remain the watchwords for the wider community, as the process is clearly designed to unfold in stages rather than all at once. The story of elite banks quietly processing high-level IQD exchanges is, at its core, a story of controlled transformation. It illustrates how global financial systems manage monumental shifts not through dramatic public spectacles but through calculated, discrete steps that protect stability while paving the way for broader change. For Iraq, it marks the beginning of a new chapter in its economic journey. For the banking elite, it represents both an opportunity and a responsibility. And for investors worldwide, it stands as a signal that the long-awaited revaluation is no longer a matter of if, but a matter of when. As whispers become confirmations and confirmations evolve into structured action, the narrative surrounding the Iraqi dinar is shifting irreversibly. No longer dismissed as rumor, no longer confined to speculative chatter, it is now a reality being quietly enacted behind closed doors. The coming months may reveal how quickly and broadly this reality expands, but one truth is already clear: elite banks are no longer standing on the sidelines. They are at the very center of the process, guiding its execution and shaping its outcome. The implications of that fact are profound, for it means that the world's most powerful financial institutions are not only aware of the Iraqi dinar's revaluation but are actively implementing it. That reality changes everything, and it ensures that the Iraqi dinar story will remain at the forefront of global financial transformation for years to come. Like and subscribe for more videos.